Hello, this is Corey von Wallenstein from Dyn Inc. I'm the head of the product team, joined here with Kevin Gray, our technology integrator. And we're here at Interop Net to share some very interesting lessons on what we can do to prevent DNS cache poisoning attacks, what we did for Interop Net to fix the cache poisoning attacks and avoid them altogether, and what you can do for yourselves to avoid becoming a victim of a cache poisoning attack. So at a very high level, a cache poisoning attack is an attacker taking control of what answers your DNS servers give and what answers your users receive. And it ultimately involves your users getting connected to the wrong servers, to an attacker's servers. So if your user was trying to get to mybank.com, they are effectively routed to mybank.com as a website that would appear in their address bar, but it would actually be pointing to an attacker's computer, and the user would be directly connected to the attacker's computer. And now I'd like to introduce Kevin, who's going to go into a little bit of the details of DNSSEC and how that's effective to combat cache poisoning attacks, and show what we did for Interop Net. Kevin?
So this year for Interop, we provide DNSSEC, which is the way of preventing a DNS cache poisoning attack. DNS cache poisoning, as Corey alluded to, is essentially when the recursive DNS server goes out to ask, I need this address, mybank.com. It goes out to root and says, do you have this address? Root replies back, says, no, I don't have this address, but I do have the .com address. So your recursive server takes that .com address, goes out to it and says, .com, do you have mybank.com address? It comes back and says, no, I don't have mybank.com address, but I do have my bank address. Gives it to you, then you can go out to to the actual mybank.com, and it'll return back the address. DNS cache poisoning comes from someone sitting in between and just replying back to your recursive server saying, mybank.com is here, mybank.com is here, with a bad address. So what happens is a race condition occurs, and the bad address gets in before the good address is returned back, and then the bad address is passed on to your machine. The way DNSSEC works to prevent that is it validates each response along this chain of asking. So when you go out to root would say, no, I don't have mybank.com, but I do have .com, and here's what's called a DS key, which is a public key that you can then use to decrypt an encrypted zone. Say, here's the DS key for that zone. Then when you go to COM to ask for it, COM will give you back the fully signed zone with the encrypted key using their private key. You decrypt it with that public key to verify that it's correct. If someone tries to inject themselves and poison the cache, so to speak, then that decryption would fail, and you would know, oh, I've got a bad response back, and throw it out. So we've done that for the first time here at Interop.net, fully signed, both forward and reverse zones all the way through using our Dyn Inc tool. The Dyn Inc tool makes it relatively easy, wraps up the DNS signing into one click versus having to go through a number of steps you normally would in creating the keys and signing the zones. So that's pretty much what we're providing here, and the way it's going to stop you from getting a DNS poison cache attack.
So thanks for joining us for a little intro on DNSSEC and what can be used to combat it. If you'd like to learn more, please visit us here at Interop, Las Vegas and Mandalay Bay. We're at booth 715, and we'll be happy to walk you through, or you can visit our website at dyn.com, and you can learn more there. Thank you very much for joining, and from the NOC, see you soon.